The one with whom I live today is the one who raped me yesterday. Yes, first I am the rape then the bride. Anif Chowdhury is the son of the influential of the Mohalla. Their influence, prestige is above all. And I am the daughter of a common school teacher. No power, no courage. Although one day I am in this condition after showing this courage. Rejecting love proposals and fed up with his constant coercion, I plucked up courage and slapped him. That is the tomorrow of my life. Picked up and raped and threw it in front of the house. My parents are dying of shame. They do not have the courage to police. They are not brave enough to fight crocodiles living in water. On the advice of the college principal, the influential Rais Chowdhury and his son hold hands and request marriage. Nowadays media is everywhere. My subject also reached the ears of one or two journalists. In order to protect their honor, to cover up their son's misdeeds, finally they were forced to agree to the marriage. I was sitting in the living room in a bridal dress with wounds all over my body, condemning my destiny again and again. I never expected much in life. But what sin is my punishment? Thoughts were interrupted by his arrival. Anif entered in a golden sherwani. I was trembling with fear as soon as I saw this scene from behind the veil. Anif closed the door and sat next to him with a shuffling foot. He is drunkenly observed by his hubris. Drought of the face with dry throat. The heart is pounding in the chest. Snoring, moving to the corner of the bed. Didn't move too far. Before that, Anif took it to his chest. Bringing his mouth close to his ear, he said in a low tone, "That's Eli Book. Why did I only give so much money?" After finishing the conversation, he suddenly pushed him from the chest and threw him on the bed. He clenched his jaw and growled in anger. Had slapped, threatened Chalice, right. What happened to him? Give more slaps. Give, don't you? He pulled the hand that I had slapped one day when I was fed up with Anif's rudeness. Lighted a cigarette and began to mercilessly burn the entire palm. I wanted to cry out in pain but I couldn't. All doors are closed for me today. Anif jumped on me with all his might. He showed more ruthlessness today than yesterday. As soon as his satisfaction was over, he kicked him off the bed and onto the floor. All the fog in front of my eyes and darkness came down gradually. As the morning sun rises, the sleeping world is slowly waking up. The chirping of the birds, the soft evil in the air all seemed bitter, great pain today. The bones of the body rebelled in pain. They will not move at all. Helpless, helpless, I can't even cry. The voice was hoarse with great fear. The weak eyelids are desperate to droop. Flies and mosquitoes are flying in the clotted sticky blood of the lips and nose wounds. I don't even have the power to wave my hand away. After falling like this for quite some time, I lost consciousness again. I regained consciousness for the second time at the sound of noise outside. Now I found myself on a fluffy bed. I am lying on one side. I have no energy left to move. Lying down, I heard someone screaming outside. The pain, the fear has made me so weak that I can't hear anything. The brain is working slowly. I stayed like this for 7 days. Regular food, medicines are being sent through workers. I forcefully swallow them. Tell me what to do. The fear of dying. Who wants to leave this beautiful path? Durrani ugly, terrible. Why am I spending such a day today? What's wrong with me? Every moment, every second I cry to God for answers. Once it was seen that the tears had dried up. Regrets are also weak inside and bowing their heads and accepting everything. Why should I be left out? Agreed, I think it's cheesy writing. Anif doesn't have to force these days. Willingly give everything. All that is due is a husband. All, no not all. I did not give him love. To fear and hate the tyrant is not love. In the same bed, very close, yet there is a distance between him and my mind. I came to the room to take a bath after finishing the household chores. I came and saw Anif half asleep on the bed. He was looking at me steadily. I am silent as always. When I entered the washroom with clothes, the door stood. I looked at his face in shock. I saw him smile for the first time today. I am not used to his smile. Naturally, I was unprepared and kept my face down. Didn't I give you a lot of trouble, Neera? The cactus. His tiger voice was replaced by a cool voice that made me think of Jeremiah. I bowed my head and frowned. Seeing me thinking, Anif came very close. There was no gap between the two people at once. He raised his snout and said, I have hurt you in anger. I made a big mistake. Won't you forgive me? I remained silent this time. The unbearable torture of the last 7 days almost stopped my voice. Words did not come out easily. Anif sighed, seeing me remain silent. He is looking at my face raised in his hand with delicate eyes. He broke the silence and said again, I want to start everything afresh, Neera. I want to be blessed with your love. Tell me if you love me. I have a female mind. There was always the fear of separation from society and family. I don't want to waste my life a second time by rejecting Anif's passionate love offering. I thought this happiness came on foot. Sadness will come now. I hugged Anif with thin arms. The voice that was choked by his pain came back to me, soaked in his love. I'm glad I got the unexpected payment, I said with tears in my eyes. Yes, I will. The cactus fate played a joke with me again. What I have held onto for so long thinking of happiness has been cut by poison and pierced my heart. Anif laughs and shakes the house by throwing it on the bathroom floor. Laughing and clapping hands, he said in a sarcastic tone. Bless me with your love, say Neera. Yes, I would love to. He stopped laughing and said, Cactus. Love my feet. Anif won't even make a shoelace for a fakini like you. But as a wife, you are sitting on top of the head like a joke. I will stay for 3 months. Then see how you live in this house. These 3 months will make you feel like you are trying to insult me. Anif finished by grabbing a handful of my hair and throwing me on the bed. Then he did what he has been doing for the past 7 days. He gave as much damage as possible. Old wounds turn into deep wounds. I lay on the bed like a corpse because of insults and insults. Anif will be better one day, the hurt he gave will disappear with the touch of his love. I tied this last hope in my chest. We'll continue.